Ambassador Zelith's crystalline fingers trembled as she reviewed the emergency session agenda for the third time. The Galactic Council chambers, normally filled with the dignified murmur of diplomatic discourse, now buzzed with barely contained panic. Representatives from across the galaxy huddled in nervous clusters, their various appendages twitching with anxiety. 6 months ago, these same beings had voted unanimously to declare humanity a galactic threat and banish them from civilized space. The humans, they argued, were too unpredictable, too violent, too human. Their tendency to solve problems through creative destruction rather than careful deliberation made them unsuitable for galactic society. The humans must be contained, Council Leader Vorth had declared, his multiple eyes gleaming with satisfaction. Their chaotic nature threatens the stability we have maintained for millennia. The vote had been swift and decisive. Humanity was given 72 hours to evacuate all colonies, trading posts and diplomatic missions beyond their home system. The Sol system would be quarantined, surrounded by an impenetrable barrier of quantum interdiction fields. No human would ever again set foot in civilized space. Captain Sarah Chen had stood before the council that day, her weathered face impassive as the verdict was read. "You're making a mistake," she had said simply, "but we'll respect your decision. Just remember, when you need us, we'll remember how you treated us today." The assembled delegates had laughed. What could these primitive mammals possibly offer that the combined wisdom of 800 civilized species could not provide? They learned the answer when the Devourers arrived. The first reports came from the Outer Rim territories. Entire star systems simply disappeared. Not destroyed, not conquered, erased. Where once thriving worlds had orbited their suns, only empty space remained. The attacking force left no debris, no survivors, no trace of their passage except the absence of everything that had been there before. The Galactic Defense Fleet, pride of the Council's military might, moved to intercept the threat. They were ships of incredible beauty and technological sophistication, crewed by beings whose ancestors had been traveling the stars when humanity was still discovering fire. Their weapons could crack planets, their shields could withstand supernovae. The Devourers consumed them without slowing down. Admiral Kresh's final transmission was a single broken whisper. "They eat energy itself. Our weapons only feed them. May the ancestors forgive us. We've doomed the galaxy." Now, as the emergency session convened, the unthinkable was happening. The Devourers were moving toward the galactic core, consuming everything in their path. Projections showed they would reach the capital worlds within days. Council Leader Vorth's translator barely functioned through his trembling. "Esteemed colleagues, we must consider all options. The conventional military approach has failed catastrophically." Ambassador Quellen from the hegemony of rings spoke the words everyone was thinking, but no one wanted to voice. "What about the humans?" The chamber fell silent. 800 species representing trillions of beings contemplated the impossible. Ask for help from the same species they had banished as too dangerous for civilized society. "The quarantine fields," Vorth began, weakly. "Can be lowered," Zelith interrupted, her crystals chiming with determination. "I was present when the humans were expelled. I remember Captain Chen's words. She didn't say they wouldn't help us. She said they would remember how we treated them." 3 hours later, the communication array powered up and sent a single message toward the Sol system. It was simple, desperate, and utterly unprecedented. "This is the Galactic Council formally, requesting immediate assistance from humanity. Our civilization faces extinction." The response came faster than anyone had expected, as if the humans had been waiting. "This is Admiral Chen, Terran Defense Force. We're already on our way." The rescue fleet that emerged from quantum slipspace near the embattled capital worlds bore no resemblance to the elegant vessels of the Galactic Defense Fleet. The human ships were brutal, angular things, metal predators that looked like they had been forged in the heart of a star and cooled in the void of space. Their hulls bore scars from 1,000 battles, and their weapons bristled with barely contained destructive potential. But it was not their ships that turned the tide. It was their strategy. While the Council had tried to fight the Devourers with energy weapons that only made them stronger, the humans did something characteristically insane. They fed the enemy until it choked. Captain Maria Santos led the desperate gambit personally. Her ship, the Indomitable, accelerated directly toward the largest Devourer construct, its holds packed with enough antimatter to sterilize a solar system. "You want to eat energy?" she broadcast on all frequencies as her ship crossed the point of no return. "Then eat this." The explosion that followed was visible from 3 systems away. When the light faded, the massive Devourer construct was gone, not consumed, but actually destroyed. The remaining Devourers, suddenly faced with prey that could give them terminal indigestion, began to retreat. But the humans weren't finished. What followed was a campaign of such tactical brilliance and strategic audacity that military academies would study it for centuries. The humans didn't just drive off the Devourers, they hunted them across the galaxy, ensuring they could never threaten civilized space again. 2 months later, Admiral Chen stood once again before the Galactic Council. This time, 800 species rose to their feet in thunderous applause. Council leader Vorth approached the podium, his pride thoroughly shattered, but his gratitude genuine. "Admiral Chen, on behalf of the Galactic Council and all civilized life, we offer you our deepest apologies and our eternal gratitude. We humbly request that humanity rejoin galactic society. We need your strength, your creativity, your chaos." Sarah Chen smiled, the same weathered expression she had worn months earlier during their expulsion. "We never left," she said simply. "We were just waiting for you to realize that sometimes survival requires a little chaos." The Treaty of Sol, signed 3 days later, granted humanity full membership in the Galactic Council with unprecedented rights and protections. But more importantly, it established humanity as the galaxy's official guardians, the ones called upon when civilized solutions failed and only chaotic heroism could save the day. As Admiral Chen often said in the years that followed, the galaxy learned that sometimes the most dangerous thing to your enemies is having humans on your side.